Michael, do you have a minute? I want to share an incredible story about one of my friends, Daniel.
Daniel? What's he been up to? You've got me intrigued.
Oh, it's a fascinating story. It's not just about Daniel's latest adventure, but about a profound transformation he went through.
A transformation? That sounds intriguing. I'm all ears.
All right, let me tell you about how Daniel discovered something truly life-changing. Daniel Carter was a man who seemed to have everything: a steady job, a nice home, and a comfortable life in the city. But deep inside, he felt something was missing. Every day felt the same, filled with endless meetings, emails, and chasing numbers that never seemed to add up to anything meaningful. He often asked himself, is this all there is to life? One evening, while walking home from work, Daniel noticed an old bookstore he had never seen before. The shop looked as though it had been there for 100 years, with a faded sign and books stacked haphazardly in the windows. Feeling a strange pull, he decided to step inside. The air inside was thick with the smell of old paper, and the shelves were crammed with books of all kinds. Behind the counter sat an elderly man with a gentle smile and bright eyes. "Looking for something special?" the old man asked. Daniel hesitated for a moment. "I'm not sure," he replied. "Maybe something to help me figure out what I really want in life." The old man nodded, as if he understood perfectly. "Sometimes the answers we seek aren't outside, but inside us," he said. He handed Daniel a small leather-bound book with a blank cover. "What's this?" Daniel asked, puzzled. "A guide," the old man replied. "Not to just money, but to a richer life. Consider it a tool to unlock what's already inside you." Curious, Daniel thanked the man and took the book home. Later that night, he opened it to find only one page with writing. It read, "The secret to being rich." Below was a simple instruction: write down what you truly want in life. Daniel sat with the book for a long time, thinking about what he really wanted. Money? A bigger house? More success? None of these felt right. After a while, he finally wrote, "I want to live a life full of meaning and purpose." As soon as he finished writing, the words seemed to shimmer and then disappeared into the page. The next morning, Daniel woke up with a new sense of energy and focus. He went to work with a fresh perspective, noticing things he had overlooked before. He approached his tasks differently, looking for creative solutions instead of following the same old routine. In meetings, he shared new ideas and took more risks. To his surprise, people started to notice. One day, his company faced a crisis. An important client was thinking of leaving. The entire team was stressed, unsure of how to handle the situation. But Daniel, feeling unusually calm, remembered the words from the book, "The Secret to Being Rich." He proposed a bold new strategy, one that focused not just on keeping the client, but also on helping them grow. His idea was met with skepticism at first, but his confidence and clarity won everyone over. The client decided not only to stay, but to expand their partnership. From that moment on, Daniel's career began to change. He was promoted, but more importantly, he felt a new sense of purpose. He started to see his work as a chance to make a difference, not just to earn a paycheck. He began learning new skills, took on challenging projects, and even started volunteering in his community. Every night, he would open the old book, and each time a new lesson would appear. One day it read, "Give more than you receive." Another day, "Learn from every failure." Each lesson was simple but powerful, guiding him to think differently, to act with purpose, and to push himself beyond his comfort zone. Months went by, and Daniel's life continued to transform. He was invited to speak at events, sharing his story of moving from a life of routine to a life of purpose. People were drawn to his message because it was genuine and real. He wasn't just talking about money or success, but about finding what truly makes life rich. One evening, after a successful talk, Daniel decided to return to the old bookstore to thank the man who had given him the book. But when he arrived, the store was gone. In its place was an empty lot, as if the store had never existed. Confused, he turned to leave, but there on the ground where the store had been was a note. It read, "True riches are not in what you have, but in how you think and act. Keep seeking, keep growing, and you will always be rich." Daniel smiled, understanding at last. The journey to being rich was never about finding something outside of himself. It was about discovering the wealth of potential he already had within. And with that, he knew his journey was just beginning.
Wow, I had no idea Daniel went through all that. I always thought he was just another guy caught up in the daily grind.
I know, right? It turns out he found something far more valuable than he ever expected. It's amazing how a simple book and a bit of self-reflection can change everything.
It's a great reminder for all of us. Sometimes we're so focused on the day-to-day that we forget to look for what truly matters.
Exactly. Sometimes we need a nudge to look within and discover what really makes life meaningful. It's not just about what we have, but how we think and what we do with it.
You know, maybe I should take a cue from Daniel. Perhaps there's a secret waiting for me too.
Maybe there is, or maybe the secret is already inside you, just waiting to be uncovered.